All right. How we doing? First of all, I want to let you know, if I haven't done it already, I am COVID free. I went in on Tuesday to the 52nd Avenue location Essentia Health has, Essentia Medical Center. It's a little, it's not a walk-in clinic, but it's a regular just clinic. The main hospital's on 32nd Avenue, and this particular clinic's on 52nd. Well, that location is I think one of three that does COVID testing. Well, I did the test on Tuesday. I called them up on Friday. They've got, I don't know, maybe you have it in your area, but I know Essentia Medical Center and Sanford Medical Center do the My Chart, so you can go online, find out certain information. Then you could do the virtual doctor's appointments, whatnot. Well, anyway, I called them up, and they didn't well, here's the deal. I don't remember the exact wording that was used, but it wasn't exactly negative, but it wasn't exactly positive either. I don't remember the word they used, but pretty much they might as well said negative on it. It was like undetermined or some. Basically, what it boils down to is there was no COVID. The COVID test itself was negative, but there was signs of an illness. But they did determine that it was not COVID. Now, my theory is I was around somebody that had bronchitis last Sunday, and that the gal that I talked to is aware of it, because, well, I discussed it with her, quite honestly. So she said I may have had mild symptoms of a flu. I could have had something. She knows it wouldn't be bronchitis because I would have had to go on and get medication and all this and that. But she said that she's thinking it's along the line of maybe a mild flu that I had. You get a little sleep, drink some water, juice. In a few days, you're fine. But she said as far as COVID and bronchitis go, not to worry. I don't have to exactly quarantine, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Somebody was looking out for me there, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, one thing, this coming Wednesday, see, today is Sunday the 6th. Yeah, the 6th. So you get the 7th, 8th, 9th, so it'd be Monday. Yeah, Wednesday, March 9th. Anticipate 3, maybe 4 videos released on this channel. Maybe. I can't guarantee 3 to 4 will be loaded onto this channel, but anticipate upwards of 4 coming out Wednesday. The reason I say is because brother and I did a little tour of the Fargo Moorhead area, and we've got, I feel, some decent footage. I really don't know what kind of things he got on film. He was the one working the camera, so I can't, being that I didn't see the footage, I'm not going to step out and say it's good quality or bad quality. I just know that he did the videotaping and he got what he got. He did the best he could with what he had. He was trying to get a lot of stuff done with what we were doing. So yeah, the videos will turn out the way they do, and you know, knock on wood and shake a camera. But if four do get loaded, I hope you as a viewer enjoy it. I really do. Oh, I got a knee that bothers me today. It stiffens up. Now one of the reasons I wanted to do this video is I want your opinion on something. Especially with the area you live in. I know how things are, and I'll get my hand out of the way. I know how things are in my area when it comes to seafood. Now, I wouldn't expect everybody's going to like seafood, and I think there's one, maybe two people that I've talked to that on this channel that don't like seafood. And I keep thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but I keep thinking you're not a fan of seafood. Maybe. I keep thinking you're not much of a seafood fan. So I really wouldn't expect, I really wouldn't expect that you'd go out of your way to find out certain information, especially if you're not going to dive into certain product. But the reason I'm asking about this to anybody that has information or wants to chime in, what have you, I was at an international market today in Fargo, North Dakota. 1402 Main Avenue, Fargo, North Dakota. It is the FM International Food Market, which I'm happy to have them around due to it's a Middle Eastern market. It's mainly, it's a Middle Eastern market. And they do have, I had to laugh so bad. They had hookahs up on the shelf. If you know what a hookah is. If not, wacky tobacco. Remember if you're not familiar with what a hookah is, if you remember watching Alice in Wonderland, that had, this is the older version with Sammy Davis Jr. He played the role of, was it the Cheshire Cat? Caterpillar or something? Anyway, the role Sammy Davis Jr. played, he was smoking on a hookah. You got that long tube. It's like a braided wire or a braided hose with a little black plastic tip on it. Goes to a glass piece. That's a hookah. Usually the ones I've typically seen are about 12 to 13 inches tall. Those are the 10 inches tall maybe. Those are the ones I'm mostly familiar with. Well, anyway, tilapia fish. One fish fillet or a whole fish. I'm interested in knowing in your area what one fillet would cost, or an entire fish. I'm talking head, body, tail, everything. Now, the fish I ended up picking up is about from the tip of the tail to the tip of its nose, whatever. The fish is that long. And the body itself is probably about like that. You can get 2 fillets out of that. Plus, my preference is to bake the fish. Just go ahead, and if the insides are still there, clean it out. But I plan on baking it. And then you can get out of the cheeks, there's some meat there. You can get a little bit there. And then there's the couple of fillets you can get out of the body. In your area, what does one tilapia fillet about that long, about that long, about, I don't know, I'd say 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch thick. What would one fillet cost you in your area, let alone 2 fillets? Because I can get 2 fillets out of this. Or if you can find a whole tilapia fish, what does one cost in your area? The whole fish, everything. Reason I ask is because at my local Walmart, Aldi store, basically most of the grocery stores I go to in the Fargo Moorhead area, they're not exactly, they're not like super expensive, but they're not really the cheapest. Tilapia is like cheap, but for the price I paid for one fish, I can't get one fillet for that amount of money. I cannot buy one fillet at most stores for what I paid for one entire fish, head, tail, and all. I kid you not. From the tip of the tail, like I say, from the tip of the tail to the nose there, the fish is probably that long, roughly. And get this, $3.35 for one fish. Now, I didn't realize it until I was out in the parking lot that he charged me $3.55 for that fish. Charged me 20 cents more. Well, I'm in the spot going, I'm not going to argue over 20 cents. It's just not worth my time to sit and go back into the store and say, hey, look, the fish, the tag says $3.35. You charged me 20 cents more. If it were like 80, 90, 95 cents or more, yeah, I'd have gone and said something. But right now, for a 20-cent difference in price, I look at it as it's probably an error on his part where he looked at it and just, oh, well, screwed up, But then at the same time, I'm like, money is money and it's tight nowadays with everybody. But at the same time, it's 20 cents. It's not like this happens all the time, And I can forgive that. No, I cannot pronounce the name of the brand Brother got, but it's a Middle Eastern pizza. You get 3 Middle Eastern pizzas per box. And it's more on like, when they make it, it's more like a pita bread that they use, and then they put the toppings on from there. He wanted to try that. Well, he didn't realize that it was $11.99 for 3 of them. But you get 3 decent sized pizzas for $11.99. They are Middle Eastern pizzas, so he's like, well, knowing where they got to be shipped in from, all the logistics, so to speak, he says, I don't have to buy it all the time, but he says, I want to try it this one time and see what it's like. He said, I'm willing to give it a shot, and if I like it, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. He says, I'm gonna at least give it a shot, and it is what it is. So yeah, I can't complain. I could, but I'm not gonna. And then the other thing is, if you go to a Dollar General, you may know about this already, but I went to a Dollar General down the street for a second time. mainly because the place has only been open since October. Close to home. The next closest is 7 miles away. I'm not traveling 7 miles to go to a Dollar General. No, not unless I'm out in the area to begin with. I'm not making a trip just to a Dollar General and making that long of a trip. The one I go to is 3 miles away. That's within my comfort zone. When you purchase stuff, in my case, they did a $5 off coupon. $5 off. But here's the kicker. The coupon is good for Saturdays only. You want to use it, you have to go in on a Saturday. And then the other thing about it is you probably noticed that $25 over here. In order to use that, you have to have $25 minimum before tax in order to use that coupon. I don't know about you, but I can easily come up with 25 bucks worth of stuff very quickly, and that's just in groceries. I just wanted to mention that. This way, if anybody's interested. That particular trip, we ended up saving $6. 5 came from a coupon. And then brother bought 2 boxes of Hot Pockets, which they're $3.50 each box. But then when you buy 2, you save $1. It's 2 for $6. But other than that, anticipate videos coming out Wednesday. I'm COVID free. Now the only thing is I don't know what to do. This side of my head, the last 3 to 4 days, I feel like I'm having a little bit of pressure from about this point up to about, right about where the top of the ear is. That whole stretch from about here down to about there. Feels like there's pressure, and it feels, I don't want to say it feels like it's stroke related, but that whole side, it feels like there's pressure. If anybody know what may cause that, I'd like to hear it below. And I'm sure sodium content plays a part of that. I know I've been taking in a lot of that lately. Anyway, what else was I wanting to talk about? I guess it can't be too important if I forget. Anyway. Yes? Housekeeping?
I was just going to see if you had any laundry you needed done.
I've got quite a bit. You want to say anything to the friendly people on YouTube?
Hello.
Basically anything that's in the tub. I've got a bunch of laundry I've been throwing in there lately.
Yeah.
And then them towels that I've got in front of the sink.
Yeah.
Well, basically anything next to the tub.
Mm-hmm.
I showered the other day. Left some towels. Give me a minute, y'all.
Yeah.
As you heard, brother's doing laundry and he wanted to find out what I wanted washed. As you more than likely heard, a lot of times I don't have a laundry basket, and I don't want to use them either. I don't have room for a laundry basket. Things are tight enough in a mobile home as they are. Last thing I need to do is add to it. So a lot of times when I get done showering, or I got a dirty shirt, pair of pants, I just throw it in the tub, wash it at my leisure, or when he gets to it. Hey, you need anything washed? That type of thing. Well, then usually when I shower, I'm sure I'm not the only one that does this. You get tile floor, In this case, it's the linoleum. I'm not going to get out of a damn tub and slip and fall and hit my head on the damn tub. So I throw towels down on the floor, to prevent slipping and sliding any more than I have to. I oftentimes keep them there because, you shower, you know, daily. Some people like to do it 2 times a day. Some people shower once a day. I once knew a guy that showered 3 times a day. Morning, when he came home from work, and before he went to bed. He did too. Of course, he was a mechanic at a. He was like a. Back in the day, they like have like the mobile gas stations where they got the service center gas station part. Then you have the two mechanics, a 2 bay stall right there for the mechanic shop. Well, that's the type of stuff he did. People coming in wanting little things done, and then they go get gas, snacks, whatever while they're bring it in, have a tune-up, oil change, whatnot. He did service station type work on cars. Then he'd work in like around here. We got you got your typical garage like Savage O's, which is a Firestone. It's a Savage O's around here is a locally owned mechanic shop, and they do it's mechanics. My phone was acting up, yo. It's a mechanic shop, body shop. Anyway. Forgot where I was going. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short, y'all. See you later.